everyone. I'm just going to record a short sequence here, which is for those who are beginners or any of those days where you're short on time and just want to do something that's going to take 20 or 30 minutes. Okay, starting from Samastiti. Notice the toes are spreading out and then grounding down into the mat. Start to lift up the kneecaps, firming through the thighs, firming through the inner thighs, squeezing towards each other so you're connecting to Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor. There's a slight lifting up of the chest, lifting of the collarbones, and as the fingertips descend, the shoulder blades descend. You can close the eyes for a moment and just imagine with your inhale you're growing a bit taller up through the crown of the head. And as you're exhaling, you're watching the descending movement of energy going back down to the feet, rooting into the ground. Start to come into your Ujjayi breath, so finding a sound low on the back of the throat. Imagine it's quite spacious in the mouth area, spacious at the top of the throat, but it's low on the throat that you start to generate an oceanic sound. Opening the eyes, Surya Namaskar A. 1, inhale, lift the hands, reach up, press the hands together, look to your thumbs. 2, exhale, firm your belly, fold forwards, bend your knees, hands to the mat, look to the nose. 3, inhale, head up, look forwards, bring the weight forwards. 4, exhale, take a step back, the right, then the left leg. Gaze forwards, tummy firm, and then drop down onto the knees, pointing out the toes. On your next exhalation, lower yourself down, elbows close to the sides, shoulders away from the ears, come all the way down. 5, inhale, firm your belly, lift just the chest, try to squeeze the shoulder blades back, reach the shoulders back, and then tuck the toes, exhale, coming into downward facing dog. Holding here. Spread out the fingers and look forward to the hand. So just make sure that the forefinger points forwards. The entire hand is grounded. You might want to have a bit of a bend in the knees to begin with and just focus on reaching the sitting bones back as far as it can go. And if there's tightness in the calves and hamstrings, press down one heel at a time. I prefer to do this alternating with the breath so that you inhale, come up onto the toes, and then exhale, press down the heel. Couple more breaths. And then on your next exhalation, bend the knees, look forwards. Coming into the crouch is important, then step with the left, and then the right leg, halfway up. Look forwards. 8, exhale, firm the belly, fold down, look to your nose. 9, inhale, lift the hands, reach up, look to the thumbs. And exhale, release the hands, Samastiti. Again, 1, lift hands, look thumbs. 2, exhale, fold down, hands to the mat, look to the nose. 3, head up, shoulders back. 4, step back with the left, then the right leg. Good. So from here you can drop down to your knees if you want to, or lower yourself, come all the way down again. Point out the toes. You have the option of doing again, just lifting the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, or lift the chest all the way up, firm thighs, and then exhale, downward facing dog. 1, push into the hands, sitting bones reach back. 2, now you can start to firm the thighs a little bit if you can. 3, imagine the heels are reaching towards the back wall. 4, 5, bend the knees, look forwards, step with the right, then the left leg, come halfway up, look forwards. 8, exhale, fold down, look into the nose tip. 9, lift the hands, reach up, look to the thumbs, and exhale, releasing the hands, Samastiti. Again, here come, reach the hands up, press the hands together. Dway, fold forwards, hands to the mat, look to the nose. Trini, head up, straighten the legs now if you can. Chatwari, you can step or hop back, and as the feet land, gaze forward and lower down, keep the elbows close to the side. You have the option of coming almost all the way down and then rolling over the toes into up dog. Keep the shoulders back, you can start to lift the face, but look to the nose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Notice that you might need to adjust the feet forwards a little bit in order to take the down dog. 1, so feet are about hip width distance apart here. 2, pushing through the hands, sitting bones back. 3, navel drawing in. 4, the back of the crown of the head reaching towards the thumbs. Long neck. 5, and then bend the knees. Crouch, look forwards. You can step or hop. Come halfway up. Look forwards. Ashtanga, exhale, folding down, look to the nose dip. Nava, inhale, reach the hands up, look to the thumbs. And exhale, release the hands, Samasthiti. Eka, inhale. Dwe, exhale. Trini, inhale. Chatwari, exhale. Lower down, Chaturanga, same breath. Punch, inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the collarbones. Exhale, punch a downward facing dog. Shut, downward facing dog. 1, pushing into the hands, sitting bones back. 2, crown of the head reaching to thumbs. 3, the shoulder blades even reach back towards the pelvis, but keep pushing into the hands. 4, 5, bend the knees, look forwards, step or hop, coming halfway up, look forwards. Exhale, folding down, look to the nose dip. Nava, inhale, lift the hands, reach up, look thumbs. And exhale, Samasthiti. Last one, Yekam. Dwe. Trini. Chatwari. Punch. Shut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, crouching, squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale, halfway up, look forwards. Ashtanga, exhale, fold down, look to the nose. Nava, reach the hands up, look to your thumbs. Samasthiti. Surya Namaskar, deep. Yeah, come bend the knees deeply. Squeeze the thighs together, press the hands together, look to the thumbs. Dwe, fold, hands to the mat, look to the nose. Trini, head up, shoulders back. Chatwari, step or hop back. Lower down, Chaturanga, same breath. Punch, inhale, breathe into the chest, bring the hips forwards. Shut, exhale, downward facing dog. Sapta, step forwards with the right leg, ground the blade of the back foot, reaching the hands up. Look to the thumbs, try to square the shoulders. Exhale, fold down, step back, and lower down, Chaturanga. 9, inhale, lift the chest. 10, down dog. 11, left leg forwards, ground the blade of the back foot, reach the hands up, square shoulders, look to the thumbs. Exhale, take a step back, lower down, Chaturanga. 30, deep breath, lift the chest. 14, downward facing dog, and taking 5 breaths here. 1, 2, keeping the entire hand grounded. 3, reach forwards through the fingertips. 4, 5, bend the knees, look forwards, step or hop to the front, halfway up. Exhale, fold down, looking to the nose tip. 17, bend the knees, sweep the hands up, look to the thumbs, firm belly, And exhale, release the hands, Samasthiti. Again, Ekam, bend the knees, firm the navel with thumbs. Dwe, fold, hands to mat, look to nose. Trini, look forwards. Chatwari, hop back, Chaturanga. Punch, keep the legs strong as you bring the hips forwards. Shat, exhale, down dog. Sapta, right foot forwards, ground the back foot. Attempt to square the hips as well if possible, look to the thumbs. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga. Nava, inhale, deep breath. Dasha, exhale. Ekodasha, left leg forwards, ground blade of back foot, square hips, square shoulders, look up. Dwe Dasha, fall down, step back, Chaturanga. Trayorasha, lift the chest. Chaturasha, down. 1. Slow the breath. 2. 3. Exhale. Inhale. 4. 5. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the front, halfway up, looking forwards. Exhale, Shodasha, looking to the nose tip. Suktadasha, bend the knees deeply, squeeze thighs together, look to the thumbs. And exhale, releasing the hands, Samasthiti. Last one, Yekam, bend knees, look thumbs. Dwe, folding, hands to mat, look to nose. Trini, inhale, head up. Chatwari, exhale, Chaturanga. Punch, inhale, up dog. Shat, exhale, down dog. Sapta, inhale, right foot forwards, square hips, square shoulders, look thumbs. Ashtanga, exhale, step back, lower, Chaturanga. Nava, inhale, strong legs, hips forwards. Dasha, exhale, down dog. Ekodasha, left leg forwards, ground back foot, square shoulders, look up. Dwe Dasha, fall down, step back, Chaturanga. Trayorasha, strong legs, lift the collarbones. Chaturdasha, downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, spread the toes, 5 breaths. 1. 2, making sure lower belly drawn in, still a squeezing of the pelvic floor. 3, breath is deep into the sides of the ribcage. 4, 5, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the front, halfway up. Shodasha, exhale, fall down, look to the nose. Suktadasha, bend the knees deeply, sweep hands, look thumbs. Exhale, Samasthiti. Padangustasana, hop the feet out to the sides. You can take an extra breath here, push the hips downwards as you lift the chest upwards, firming at the navel, and on the exhalation, fold down, take hold of the toes, front 2 fingers, thumbs on the toe tip. Inhale, look forwards, bring the weight forwards towards the toes, and then on the exhalation, look for the tilt of the pelvis as you fold, looking to your nose tip, and pulling the shoulders away from the ears. 2, 3, so you can have a bend in the knees if you need to. 4, and then just gradually work towards a straight position. 5, inhale, lift the head up. Padahastasana, place the hand underneath the foot. Eventually the toes can touch the wrists. Take another inhalation, bring the weight forwards just before the heels start to lift, but keep the firmness in the navel, especially as you fall down. 5 breaths here. 1, keep drawing shoulder blades away from ears. 2, looking for a gentle stretch at the wrist. 3, and perhaps more intensity stretch on the calf. 4, 5. Inhale, lift the head up, hold there for a moment, and exhale. Hands to the hips. Inhale, come the rest of the way up. And exhale, hopping the feet together, Samasthiti. Trikonasana, triangle, take a step out to the right hand side. Left foot turns in, right foot turns out. Spread the toes, reaching towards the back wall, and take hold of the big toe with the front two fingers. So you might need to bend the front knee in order to grab hold of the toe, but then over time you gradually work the front leg towards straight. Gazes towards the top thumb, holding there. 1, so the big toe, the front foot grounds as the blade of the back heel grounds. 2, reach through the fingertips of the top hand. 3, can help to lean into the upper back a little bit. 4, slight tuck of the tailbone. 5, looking down. Inhale, come back up to the center. Right foot turns in, left foot turns out. Spread the toes, reach towards the front wall, and then taking hold of the big toe. Again, bend the front knee if you need to, and gaze towards the top thumb. 1, grounding the big toe, the front foot. Try to lift the kneecap of the front foot as well if it's straight. 2, blade of the back foot, pressing firmly. 3, so with the legs, the feet, try to tear them out in half. 4, again you can lean into the upper back, bring the shoulders away from the ears. 5, looking down. Inhale, back up to the center. Pravrita Trikonasana, left foot turns in, right foot turns out. So you're going to shorten the stance just slightly, and then square the hips, checking that the feet don't cross over the center line. Imagine the inner thighs squeeze in towards each other, raise the left hand up, and as you exhale, reaching towards the back wall, and place the hand on the shin. So for beginners, it's best to just stay in this position here, or if you've had a bit more experience, you can bring the hand onto the outside of the right foot. One good way to check on the alignment, you can place your hand onto your pelvis and check that there's still some flatness through that part of the back. Often it's on a bit of an angle. But so long as it's flat, then you can move into the full version of the pose, lifting the right hand, look to the thumb. 1, ground the big toe, the front foot, and the heel of the back foot. 2, keep that feeling squeezing in at the hips. 3, crown of head forward, sitting bones reach back. 4, count 4 twice, isn't it? 5, looking down. Inhale, back up to the center. Right foot turns in, left foot turns out. Square the hips. Again, squeeze the inner thighs towards each other, raise the right hand. And on the exhale, reach forwards and place the hand onto the shin or the hand to the outside of the left foot. Another thing to look for is that as the big toe of the front foot grounds, the left hip is trying to reach backwards. So there's an opposite direction pressing going on. Keep the inner thighs squeezing together. And then, so long as the lower back is flat, pelvis is flat, lift the left hand, look to the thumb. 1, crown of head forward, sitting bones back. 2, shoulders away from the ears. 3, 4, maintaining the deep Ujjayi breath. 5, looking down. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, coming to the front of the mat, Samasthiti, feet together, hands by the sides. And then just from there, crossing the ankles and sitting down. That's all we'll do for the standing postures. We'll leave out all the rest of the standing, all the rest of the seated sequence, and just jump to a few of the finishing sequence postures and wrap it up from there. So to start with, you roll down onto the back and taking bridge pose. The heels come towards the buttocks, checking that the feet are placed roughly hip-width distance apart and the blades of the feet parallel to the sides of the mat. Tuck the tailbone slightly so the lower back touches the ground. And imagine there's a block in between the knees as you start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And you might want to use the hands to support the back to lift up, or if it's already comfortable holding up, interlace the fingers and then press the wrist down. The shoulder blades go as much underneath the torso as you can, and keep pushing into the heels. 3, slight squeezing between the knees. 4, 5, and lower yourself down. Taking an extra breath rest here, and then tucking the tailbone. Push into the heels and lift the hips up.
Again, you can hold the pelvis or you can interlace the fingers and work the shoulders under. Now this position of working the shoulders under it's good for preparing for wheel pose, but then also shoulder stand, which we'll add later on. It's about 3, thigh bones roll in towards each other. 4, imagine the sitting bones attempting to separate. 5, lowering yourself down. Taking a breath rest. And then last one, slide tuck of the tailbone, push the hips up towards the ceiling, interlace the fingers, wiggle the shoulders under. 1, thigh bones rolling towards each other. 2, sitting bones attempting to separate. 3, all the time, lower belly in, protects the lower back. 4, 5, slowly coming back down. Good. And then just bringing the knees into the chest, you can give that a tight squeeze. And rocking a bit side to side. So gentle massage for your lower back. And rocking backwards and forwards. 3 times. Very rounded back. And on your third one, rocking all the way up to seated. And we'll come for a counter pose to the back bend, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. You can grab the flesh of the buttocks and just roll the flesh out to the side, which separates the sitting bones and allows the hamstrings to lengthen a little bit better. On an inhalation, lift the chest up, feeling increase in the gap between the ribs and the hips. And then as you exhale, fold forwards and place the hands onto the mat, roughly in line with the knees. Check that the legs are still active, so notice big toes are forwards and the little toes try to reach back, or as close to doing that as you can. The ankles squeeze towards each other. And the knees don't have much of a bend in them. If possible, kneecaps are lifted and the back of the knee is attempting to press down. Then from there, I'm looking for the tilt of the pelvis. As I'm inhaling, I lift the chest upwards and forwards, walk the fingers a centimeter or so, and exhale, push into the hands, push the sitting bones back down. Inhale, I'm moving forwards towards the toes. Exhale, push into the hands, push the sitting bones down. Inhale, coming a little bit further. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale, you might be in line with the feet, you can grab hold of the feet and bring the chest towards the toes. Exhale, and then keeping the gaze on the toes, continuing the fold. A few more breaths. Ensuring that the lower belly stays drawn in towards the spine, and that'll protect you from any back injuries that can happen in forward folds. Shoulder blades drawing back. Inhale, lift the head up. Keep the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, keep holding, firm belly. Inhale, come the rest of the way up. And then crossing at the ankles, and we'll come for some breathing. It can be either easy cross legs, or if you find that your knees are sitting a little bit higher than the hip bones, and you might want to sit on top of a prop, and that'll help alleviate pain on the hips, knees, and lower back. Another good option is I like Siddhasana, the heels in line with each other, and if you've got particularly open hips, then it makes a nice triangular base between the shins and your sitting bones. As well, if you can do lotus, half lotus, also an option. Thumb and the forefinger touching, palms facing up, and rest the wrists on the knees, straightening the arms, tall up through the crown of the head. And as much as you can, try to emphasize the rounding in the lower back. So there's a bit of a curve there, emphasize the S curve, so that I'm almost like a cobra reaching up and hooded over the top. Lowering the chin down, closing at the eyes, and doing the Ujjayi breathing. Look for the light rasping sound, low on the back of the throat. On the inhalation, you watch the tension goes up the spine, up towards the throat. And on the exhalation, watch the tension goes down the spine, back towards the pelvic floor. As you arrive at the pelvic floor, squeeze pelvic floor. Inhale, watch the tension go up, continue the squeeze of pelvic floor. As you exhale, watch the tension goes back down. You can let it soften as it goes back down. Squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale, prana goes upwards. Exhale, let the pelvic floor soften. Attention goes downwards. That's called apana. Inhale, prana, the effort phase of the breath. Exhale, apana. It's like gravity, it just drifts back down to the pelvic floor. And then recollects. Continue breathing like this. And we'll take 10 more breaths. And then just coming into your normal breath again. Observing the changes in sensation since taking the breathing exercise. Okay, opening the eyes, and from there you can stop this video and lie down on your back in Savasana, so just lying down flat, letting the whole body relax, and deep breathing for the next 5 to 10 minutes. So it's really important that you take this stage just so that your body can assimilate all the things that you've just done for it, and let the mind settle into a nice peaceful state. Okay, thanks very much for watching, everyone. I'll post some more videos like this over the next few weeks. Thank you. Namaste.